It's a new year and a new chance for you to make a fresh start with your compliance. For the next 31 days on the FCPA Compliance Report, we're going to be bringing you a daily tip, strategy, or idea that you can use to improve your program. Here's your host, Tom Fox, the Compliance Evangelist.
This month's sponsor of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is Affiliated Monitors. Founded in 2004, Affiliated Monitors provides professional, independent integrity monitoring and ethics and compliance assessments nationally and internationally and across almost all industries. With its knowledge of effective ethics and compliance programs and cultures, Affiliated Monitors is respected for its work as the corporate monitor on matters ranging from multinational corporations to small and mid-sized companies and even individuals. Having served in over 750 monitorships, no one has more experience as an independent monitor than the team at Affiliated Monitors. For more information on how an independent monitor can help improve your company's ethics and compliance program, visit this month's sponsor, Affiliated Monitors, at www.affiliatedmonitors.com. For our final episode in the month of innovation and compliance, I thought I might take a look at what does innovation look like in the time of the corona health crisis and the economic turndown. The Chief Compliance Officer is going to have to do more with less now, and that means that an innovative technical solution to help you manage your anti-corruption compliance program may be a very large first step for you going forward. Even if you can't spend as much money as you want, if you could spend a little money, you might ultimately not only spend less than you need, but also you would save money in the long run. So where are some of the areas that such a technological solution could help? Obviously in third-party risk management, which is still ranked as the highest FCPA risk, at least on the sales side. This is a process that can be automated both through the onboarding process, due diligence, contracting, and management of the relationship after the contract is signed. While nothing will ever take the place of a well-trained compliance practitioner reviewing and evaluating due diligence, if you can automate the document obtaining and retention process coupled with back-end relationship management, you can significantly cut your costs going forward. Moreover, this process will help you in the document function of your best practices compliance program. What about internal controls? If you think back to GlaxoSmithKline in China, where the massive failure of internal controls, but how can a technological solution assist your compliance program going forward? GSK got into hot water in China through two prime methods of paying bribes: direct incentives and indirect incentives. They paid out enormous sums in sales expenses, including travel costs and fees for sales meetings, marketing, business development, and other expenses. Most of the largest expenses were travel costs or meeting fees, and the expenses of company sales teams were, in every case, several multiples of the net profit the company turned or earned the prior year. A simple automated internal control process requiring a second set of eyes on such expenses would have gone a long way to preventing or at least detecting the fraud in the form of corruption against the company. Additionally, it's reasonable to expect that internal controls over gifts would be designed to ensure all gifts satisfy the required company criteria as defined and interpreted by your own organization. It should fall to the compliance officer by putting a second set of eyes on such requests to finalize, i.e. prevent, and approve definitions of permissible and non-permissible gifts, travel, and entertainment. And internal controls would follow on from such definition or criteria by the company. Further, by automating this process, you have a fallback position on the detect prong. What about ongoing monitoring? Well, a tech solution around ongoing monitoring is absolutely critical. Monitoring is a commitment to review and detect compliance programs in real time, then react quickly to remediate them. A primary goal of monitoring is to identify and address gaps in your program on a regular and consistent basis. Auditing is obviously a more limited review, which targets specific business components, regions, or markets during a particular time frame in order to uncover or evaluate certain risks. What are some of the tech operationalogical solutions you can utilize in ongoing monitoring to help manage your compliance risk more effectively. The first is relationship monitoring. Internal company emails review can bring up or highlight when employees use their personal email address to discuss marketing strategies. Relationship software imports and analyzing communications data like email, IM, telephony, SMTP logs, and the like is also a rich source of data. Software that leverages the social network analysis and behavioral science algorithms to analyze communications data is well known in the industry now. These interactions can be used to uncover and display the networks that exist within companies and between employees of companies. Additionally, relationships between employees and external parties using primary webmail servers can also be uncovered. This can also be a help for your antitrust compliance. Second type of monitoring is transaction monitoring. Generally speaking, transaction monitoring involves a review of a large amount of data, and the analysis can be compared against the established norm, which is delivered or rather derived against a business's own standard or accepted industry standard. If a payment, distribution, or other financial matter is made outside the established norm, this can create a red flag that can be tagged for further investigation. In every crisis, there's an opportunity to learn. You can learn to do things smarter and more efficiently through innovation because you are forced to do so. If you demonstrate greater efficiency and a longer cost effectiveness through your tech solution, it is something that is exactly the message that you want to send to your CEO. So as we end this month of innovation and compliance, what are really the three key takeaways that I would like you to leave for the month? The first one is that innovation is one of the most underutilized and overlooked tools in compliance. Innovation is not typically something that lawyers are trained for or comfortable with. 2, fully operationalizing your compliance program will require innovation. And 3, never forget that as a CCO, you're only limited by your imagination. I hope you will enjoy the entire month on innovation and compliance in this month's offering of 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program. If I could ask you to do so, would you pass on to at least one person this podcast series on the nuts and bolts of compliance, as I'm trying to expand my audience base for 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow where I take up another topic in innovation and compliance. Thanks again for listening. 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance Program is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.